Hello, my name is Hannah Brown, and this is my Case 1 study for SPCE 638. Topics to be included include client background, as well as a description of assessments. Client background. My client's name is John Doe. He's 8 years and 9 months old. He is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder with an accompanying language impairment. Behaviors of concern, as reported by his caregiver, include regular tantrums, which include kicking, screaming, biting, throwing, and aggression. John Doe has significant impairments in communication, independent and safety skills, maladaptive behaviors, and social interaction. Other services include speech therapy and occupational therapy, and he was previously enrolled in Early Steps. Assessments performed include indirect preference assessment, free operant preference assessment, parent interview, functional analysis interview, functional assessment screening tool, ABC logs, and the ABLES. Functional analysis interview. So what is it? The functional analysis interview is an interview between the parent or caregivers and the BCBA to determine behaviors observed as well as reinforcers. The interview aided in determining antecedents and factors which may contribute to behaviors, as well as consequences that follow the behaviors. This interview also included a motivation assessment scale, which went into the 4 functions of behavior. The result of this assessment determined that the function of his tantrums appeared to be tangible. Functional assessment screening tool. This tool is designed to aid in identification of factors that may influence the occurrence of problem behaviors. This screening tool has multiple parts, such as identifying the social influences on behavior, the social reinforcement, and the automatic reinforcement. With this assessment, it was identified that the behaviors typically are in the presence of others, during interactions, is accompanied by emotional responses, and often occurs during the transitions when items are to be removed or may no longer be available. It was noted that his behaviors appear to occur in cycles, such as high and intense and low or non-occurring. Indirect preference assessment. An indirect preference assessment aids in identifying past reinforcers for the client. The caregiver aided in identifying reinforcers such as tangible, social and sensory, activity, as well as areas of interest. All items found reinforcing to the client include Doritos, popcorn and goldfish, Hot Wheels, trains, his grandmother and his mom, attention, praise, videos, as well as balloons. Items and activities identified as disinterest include the word no, screaming, going to the doctor, reading, as well as eating carrots. Free operant preference assessment. To better determine reinforcers within the clinical setting, the BCBA and RLT allowed the client to take them around the clinic, and it was documented what items the client best preferred in each room, or which items the client spent the most time with. The results of this indicated that the client enjoyed playing with cars, car tracks, trains with tracks, as well as watching videos. ABC logs. To ensure full understanding of the client's behaviors, as well as to ensure proper identification of the function of behaviors, ABC logs were sent home with the caregiver as well as to the school. ABC logs were then explained to the parents to ensure that they are properly filled out in the areas of antecedent, behavior, and consequences. The caregiver appropriately filled out the ABC logs, and after analyzing this, the function of his behavior appears to be escape as well as tangibles. The ABLES. The ABLES is an assessment of basic language and learning skills, and it addresses basic language and functional skills in individuals with autism and other developmental delays. It aids in the identification of skills needed by children to effectively communicate their needs every day, as well as to identify obstacles that prevent the child from acquiring new skills. Sections of the ABLES include small group instructions, followed by large group instruction, language, and academics. With my client's main areas of concern being communication and social interactions, the ABLES is an appropriate assessment. These are my references. Thank you for watching my Case 1 study. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to message me.